Hey, what's going on? So I'm at the gig, checking some of my work emails, but I want to drop some knowledge real quick. So, for starters, there's nothing wrong with having a job to keep up with your steady bills and responsibilities while you build your empire. Let's get that out the way. Another thing I want to talk about is starting from scratch. When you're doing it legit, and when you're trying to build, just like when you're trying to build anything, regardless of how you're doing it, there's always going to be setbacks. There's always going to be drawbacks. You're always going to fall off. But even though the streets, sometimes crime is intriguing, the setbacks with those are not as easy to bounce back from as when it's legit. So when you're trying to build a business, a legitimate hustle, and you're building it from scratch, you're gonna take a lot of falls, you're gonna lose a lot. But the good thing about that is, as soon as you fall, you got the opportunity to jump right back up, get right back in the game, go at it again, learn from your mistakes, try a different angle immediately. I mean, like, as soon as it happens. But when it's illegal, it could take you so much to get back. And, God forbid you don't try the same thing over again in the same field, which is another form of insanity, because crime only goes two ways. We know that. But to each his own. I'm just saying, a setback in the illegal field and the illegal game and business of building is not as easy to bounce back from. It costs you a whole lot of money sometimes. It costs you injuries, because the falls in those businesses usually are from violence, from some type of law interference. So from violence, you physically injured, God forbid, or you physically injure someone else, and then what comes with that is, even getting busted, whatever you're doing is a crime, you go to prison. So now you have to deal with recovery, you have to deal with doing a prison term, you have to wait to, even if you mess up with your connect, you gotta wait to find another good connect, because your connect don't wanna mess with you no more. It's a process. So when you're doing it legit, as soon as it goes bad, even if you lose all your money, you still could wake up the next day, go start all over again. When it's illegal, sometimes those setbacks could take months, years, and then you end up starting from scratch legally. You know how many people go to jail as kingpins, do decades, come home and start with a regular job, building up, and I see a lot of people doing well, and I salute them brothers. But I know in their head they say, wow, if I would have just started here. I'm not saying people regret their life, but I know what they say. If they could have started at a younger age with that mindset, legit, who knows where they would be right now. So that's just, something I want to touch on, man. Don't be afraid to fail, especially when you're doing it legit, because every failure comes with a lesson. As soon as you fail, get right back up. Go right back at it immediately. All right? Peace.